Hey everybody, Stinger here with a special message, a special thank you to the best Italian wrestling podcast. That's right, the best Italian wrestling podcast called Pro Wrestling Culture. Specifically, thank you to Aldo Fiadoni. All right, Aldo, awesome job, man. I guess you and I met in New York in 2019. And there were some tears shed there. Man, I love that. I love that. You know what? Real men can cry, bro. Let me tell you something. Man, means a lot that you watch, means a lot that this podcast is happening, and the pro wrestling culture appreciates Aldo Fiadoni. So be watching there. It's going to be showtime, and tune in to the podcast, Pro Wrestling Culture, because it's always showtime there from the Stinger.
Questo programma non è soggetto a infezioni. It's showtime.
Messiah Aldo Fiadone. Here with me, the professor Matteo Pagliarella. Hi, Matteo.
Hello, Messiah.
And here with us, our special guest of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, from WXW and many more countries in the Europe, Peter Tihanyi. Hi, Peter.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Thanks for the invite.
Thank you very much for coming here. Thank you. It's a pleasure. So, Peter, tell us more about your beginnings in your career, and who was your first inspiration in a wrestling ring?
So the first time I think I met wrestling was in 2011 when I was 11, because I had a classmate who invited me to his house to play on his PlayStation 2 because he had a new game, and it was a wrestling game. And from that point, I was in love with it, and I started wrestling when I was 12, so like 1 year later or something like that. And in the beginning, I think it's not a surprise that I really like John Cena and Rey Mysterio, Kofi Kingston and Randy Orton, I think. So like the big names, of course. Yes. But if I have to really choose one, I would say John Cena. So yeah, but he was my big, like the first big inspiration for me, if I can say that. Yeah.
I think now you can see him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. But I am a huge fan of WXW, and I think show after show you become a big star for the WXW in Germany. Seriously, and they are seriously the biggest company in the Europe with great history, like the 16 karat gold, the biggest tournament in European wrestling history,
that's
probably.
Right.
And so, how do you feel for this, for becoming a star for WXW?
Yeah, so the first time I saw a WXW show was in 2019, 16 karat also, but I was in the crowd with my friend, just like checking out the product and stuff like that. And I already felt that I want to be wrestled at one point in my career. But at that time, I felt like it's gonna take me like 5 years minimum to get there. And 2 years later, I made my debut. So it was already like, oh, it's happening. So like, oh, it's really happening. And yeah, in the beginning, when I made my debut there, I told the other Hungarians that I can't believe that I'm there already. And like, oh shit, it's the big stage and stuff like that. And like, of course, with 16 Karat and Tech Festival, it was even bigger, you know. Tech Festival was a bit easier because before that there was 16 carats, so I kind of already knew how it goes and stuff like that. But I was still like, what am I doing here? It's like so unbelievable, but I'm really, really happy about it, and I really love to be in Germany. It became my second home actually. So sometimes I'm there for like 10 days and stuff like that, just to train and do the shows and like hang out with the other guys. So I really, really love being part of this amazing journey with them.
But you have any dream opponent in WXW right now? Also, you can mention the champ Tristan Archer, okay?
Yeah, like for me, yeah, I would. Yeah, of course, I would love to wrestle Tristan. I already had 2 matches with him, but not in
Yes.
WXW.
Yes.
One in HCW in Hungary and one in APC.
Yes,
And
because
yeah, I
him
have
is
actually.
the Hungarian Championship wrestling, cioè is the Hungarian champion, right?
Yes, also Tristan is our champion,
Okay.
and he's
Yes.
gonna have a title match on this Saturday, so I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, in
Okay.
WXW, I feel like everyone is on a very, very high level, so I would really love to wrestle everyone, like really. But if I have to, like, I don't know. Actually, I would love to wrestle with X-Men again. We already had 2 matches, but I don't know. I would love to see how much I improved, like since our first and second match. And also, I would love to wrestle Robert Reisker in a singles match again, because we already had some, but we also had a lot of tag team matches against each other, but not a single one for a long time. So I would love to wrestle him also. And yeah, I would like to wrestle Bobby Guns, because I've never had a match with him, and that would be interesting. And also, I really want to wrestle Matahan or Tioman. I'm not sure which name he uses now, but yeah. Lucky if I can say that, because I already had a match with him in 2020, like 2 years ago in Prague. But I feel like both of us changed a lot since then, so I would love to see what we could do now.
So about improvement, last 20 November, you wrestled here in Italy against Mr. Flowey for the IWA Cruiserweight Championship. So what do you think about your opponent and the Italian wrestling scenario in this very historical moment for the European wrestling? Because
Yeah.
all of us knew about the improvement of Italian wrestling and Italian talents like Francesco Akira, Fabian Eichner, and many more during the process.
Yes. So I was really, really looking forward to that Italian trip, actually, because like Italy is a beautiful place. I've been there already.
Yeah.
I think it was my 7th time there, so it was not my first. But like when I was there, like I was like way smaller, so I don't really remember too many things. So I was really happy about that. I could go there again and I could look around and stuff like that. And I had a really, really good time. Like everyone in the backstage was so nice, like the flying talent and also the local talents. So I had a really, really good time with everyone, and also with Mr. Flavi. I think it was his 25th match. So he was very nervous before the
Yes.
match, but I feel like he did great, and like I tried to help him in the ring and after our match and before that. So I feel like he did great, and I really like I can't say anything bad about it actually. And like the next day, so the show was on Sunday, and on Monday they took me to Rome and like showed me around the city and stuff like that. So I could, and it's like a big thing, because if you travel to wrestle, most of the times you don't have time to look around in the city. But like this time I had almost like a free day, so I could go to the Coliseum and stuff like that, and it was like really, really good. So I really enjoyed being there, and I would really, really love to come back. I was there already in 2019, but for Rising Sun in Milan.
Okay, in Milan.
So it was my first time in Rome to wrestle, and also the first time for IWA.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like the product is good, and like the venue they used was amazing. Like it has a really, really good atmosphere and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed it there.
Stazione B, a beautiful place for also for cameras and for tapping the show.
That's right. and also
Absolutely.
like the sound system and everything.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
it's a music bar or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like perfect for wrestling.
Yeah. In fact, that venue is an historical venue for the EPW.
Oh, nice.
Because they had shows during the 10 years ago, probably, for their television show. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Matteo, your turn.
Peter, could you tell us more about the Hungarian wrestling history? Because also after you, we had the Arrows of Hungary, Icarus and Dover. So could you tell us more about this team? I think it's one of the biggest tag team in Europe, and they came a lot in. Messiah, if I'm not wrong, in Asuka and also in Rising.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. Yeah.
So yeah, so ACW was the first Hungarian promotion,
Mm-hmm.
and it started in 2010. Before that, there was not really like wrestling in Hungary. Like of course, like earlier, like there was, but because of politics, like they kind of like stopped wrestling, if I can say that.
Okay.
So in 2010, they they established ACW, and the Arrows of Hungary was a part of that. And since 2010, I felt like it grew like a lot. And now we have 3 promotions instead of 1. So now we have ACW, we have Passion Pro, and we have a bit smaller promotion near to the Slovakian border, and it's called XWP. So now we have 3, which is like amazing, because if you think about it, like there was no wrestling like 10 years ago, and now we have like 3 promotions, and you can like wrestle on one weekend in the one and on the second one in another one, and it's still in Hungary, so it's really good. And for HCW, the crowd is amazing. On this Saturday, we're gonna have a show, and it's gonna be 650 people for that show, which is, I feel like that's a really, really good number.
Yeah.
And in 2019, we had 1,100 or 200 people.
They're all based in Budapest.
Yeah, the Passion Pro and ACW based in Budapest, and the third one, XWP, is based in Salgótarján, which is like a smaller city in Hungary. It's like 1.5 hours away from Budapest, so it's not that like a big distance.
Not so far.
So yeah, like the crowd is amazing, and our fans are something. I mean, I feel like everyone says that about their home production, that the crowd there is different and that's the best. But I have to be honest, like those guys really, really love wrestling, and especially Hungarian wrestling. Like ACW for them is a really, really, really huge thing. And I feel like Passion Pro is getting bigger and bigger. And of course, it's a new promotion, so it's always like harder in the start. And it's a different promotion than HCW because that one is not more like really like story based and stuff like that. And HCW is like is about storylines. And more local talents, I would say. But for Passion Pro, they really like to use flying talents also, and maybe not that big of stories. So that's the main difference between those 2 promotions. And the third one, like also has like storylines and stuff like that, but that one also has a dojo, and the promoter of that promotion tries to use their dojo members and stuff like that, so he gives them platform for the young guys who's trained in that in that dojo.
Okay. And you of course wrestled in a lot of nation in Europe, so did you find some difference between them on the fans?
Yeah, like if I have to say a big difference, I would say it's just the crowd and the fans itself, because like as you mentioned before, like, and I mean you asked before, that the ACW and Passion Pro is in Budapest, so most of the times the crowd is kind of the same, so the same people. You kind of know how they react and stuff like that. Of course, we always have new faces or like faces from like longer time ago and stuff like that, But the first time when I was in WXW in front of a live crowd, it was very weird for me because it was a 4 day tour in 4 different cities, and the crowd was different in each city, and that was the first
Okay.
time for me when I like met with that situation, because I get kind of used to that. I know the fans, I know how they react and stuff like that, but like in Germany, in one city, it's more like a family crowd. The next day, it's more like like an educated crowd, I would say. So that was the biggest difference for me.
Okay. And do you feel that is the right moment to connect the Europe to WWE?
I mean, I think you already heard about it, about NXT Europe.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the right moment to do it, because European wrestling is very different than the wrestling in the US or in Japan and stuff like that. So I think it's a really good thing to give the European guys some new platform and like show the world that what is Europe, like what European wrestling is about.
Okay. And there are a lot of wrestlers that come to WXW Academy. We had or simple to train in WXW. We had Karim Brigante. We had
Massimiliano Pesca.
yeah. In
Yes.
this moment, we have Max Beach as known as Massimo Pesca, and we had in the last few weeks Matt Disaster, Abby Knight with Julia. So, do you think it's a big? Mm,
Oh, can you say that again, because your microphone kind of stopped like at the end of the sentence?
yeah, are you listening me now?
Yeah, it's good now.
Okay, okay. Do you think there is this moment an opportunity, the WXW Academy for Italian wrestlers?
Oh yes, of course. So I met the Italian guys last weekend or before that at the WXW Academy, and it was like so good to see them again after 3 years. And like I could see how much they improved since the last time we met. And
Mhm.
also, as far as I know, like Max Beach has matches at the academy, and also I think he got booked for a show. So I
Yeah,
think
I think
that's
so.
a really good example to show the Italian people that yeah, they can also be on that show and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's like WXW Academy like gives a lot of opportunities, not just to the Italian people, but I feel like to everyone who go there and like really want to like be better and like to be a wrestler. So I think it's a really good thing for everyone.
I think Max Beach could be a very good opponent to you.
Oh yeah, I would
Yeah.
love to wrestle him. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw his match like his latest match at the Fight Forever tapings, and
Mhm.
he's really good. So I would love to wrestle him.
Okay, Messiah, is the time for the last question, or you have other question?
One another.
Okay.
Yes.
There is a chance to see you again here in Italy for another show in Rome, and probably for a big opportunity like a gold opportunity.
Can you ask me that again? Because also your microphone like skipped.
Okay, sorry.
So
Okay.
it's kind of hard to understand.
Okay. There is a chance to see you again here in Italy for
Okay.
another big show in Rome, and probably for a gold opportunity, a title
Okay.
belt.
Okay. Now I understand. Now I understand. So yeah, so I was there on the Sunday, and I had a talk with the promoter, and he told me he liked my job. So I hope he's gonna like invite me back. But I also talked with the other guys about some other Italian promotions, and they
Mhm.
told me they're gonna like mention my name. So maybe another promotions will book me, because I would
Finger crossed.
really love to go back there, because like I really had a good time like with everyone, like so like they were so nice, and like the city is amazing and everything is amazing there. Also the fans, like they reacted like very loud, and like so I
Mhm.
really had a good time there. So yeah, I would love to be back in Italy.
Thank you. Matteo?
Okay. So Peter, do
Time.
you have some the biggest question of this podcast? Do you have some funny stories, some funny stuff that you could share to us that happens in or extra ring?
Ooh, I think I have a lot, but when someone asks me about it, it's really hard to really hard to come up with one. But I will
Okay.
like, please, like, if you have any more questions, just ask me that, and I will like also think about this one. And if something comes to me, I will answer it.
Okay, so are you going to an extra Germany tour with the WXW,
Yes, the next.
like the Canadian tour?
Yes, with Smash Pro Wrestling.
Mhm.
So the next time I'm going to Germany is gonna be in December, for another promotion, and
Okay.
after that I'm gonna stay in Germany for 1 week, because
Okay.
I go to the academy, and also we're gonna have 2 shows, one on Friday and one on Saturday, and that one is gonna be my last match for the year, by the way. So that's my next tour with them, I would say, but
Okay.
for next year we already have some plans, so you will see
Okay.
those.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but We Love Wrestling right now is a weekly show for the
Uh,
WXT.
yeah, it's like a show for them, like a
Yes,
taping.
but years ago was a show in combination with Progress Wrestling and other UK companies,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah,
Okay, okay,
yeah.
okay, perfect.
And is there a promotion that you could that you would wrestle with them? I don't know, in Europe, or big promotion, of course, major promotion.
Yeah. So I'm really happy about WXW right now, but of
Hmm.
course, like I would love to go to as many promotions as possible. Like I would love to go back to Progress again,
Okay.
and I also, I mean, I would love to go to Revolution Pro because I've never been there before, and also.
So a match with you against Ojimo will be a perfect scenario for the Rev Pro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, we already had a match in Austria. If
Oh,
you had,
okay.
Okay,
if you said
okay,
OJMO,
okay.
right? Michael Oku,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yes,
Ojemo,
Yeah,
Michael
yes,
yeah,
Oku.
yes, Michael
yeah.
Oku, yes.
We had a match landed long, like in September in Austria in PWA.
Okay,
In
So, and it
PW.
was
okay.
amazing. I really enjoyed working with him, and I also saw that he goes to PWG, which is of course like a big thing, and I would love to go there also. And I feel like in my career, at one point, I have to do a tour in Japan, because I was a really
Okay.
huge fan of Japanese wrestling when I was like, I don't know, like 19. So like 3 years ago, that like Japanese wrestling was the number one thing for me. So I feel like I have to do that.
Okay, you prefer that kind of flow, the Japanese flow, instead
Yeah, like yeah,
the
and
American
like
flow.
I would say yes until I started working with WXW, because like they showed me like how European wrestling is.
Hmm.
And you know, I'm not Japanese and stuff like that, so I have to wrestle like a European, but I still really love Japanese wrestling.
Okay. Messiah, have you got other
Yeah,
question?
I think with the Bola, you can make your debut in PWG with the Battle
Oh
of the
yes,
Los Angeles, 7th
I
and
would,
8th January.
yeah, that would be amazing. I'm not sure if it's gonna happen like the next one, but yeah, that's also like a huge goal for me to go for Battle of Los Angeles, because that's just amazing. Like with the talent there and the crowd and like everything is like
Yes.
amazing there. So I would love to do that.
So Michael Oku will be there.
Oh
Yeah, the
yes,
first entrant. Yeah.
yes, it's so that. Yeah.
Matteo,
Okay,
go.
Peter. Did you remember something?
Well, so like I was thinking about some stories when we were in Italy. So the first time
Okay.
was in 2019, and we were there for 3 days. Me and my and another Hungarian guy, BT, his name.
Hmm.
And at that time we were a tag team and stuff like that. So we had like 2 days in Milan just to like look around and stuff like that. And we like I'm sorry to say this, but we went to a restaurant and we ordered some pizza. And like when they like brought
Mhm.
them to us. We put a lot of ketchup on it because we know that Italian people don't like that. We just did it because we wanted to see the reactions and stuff like that. But like the whole trip was like so fun, and we had so much fun there. But like that was the first one that came to my mind, that we just did it on purpose just to see the reactions and stuff like
Okay.
that. But like,
But did you like it?
Actually, everyone was fine with it. Like no one like gave us a look
Okay.
about it, and they were like, okay, that's how they
Okay.
do it. So yeah.
But did you like it?
Yes, actually, like in Hungary, I think it's like a normal thing to eat the pizza with ketchup or with
Okay.
something on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question for you guys. Do you like pineapple on pizza or no?
I hate it, but for me it's okay.
Not
Yeah.
probably not a special thing, but yes, it's okay.
So not your
Yeah,
favorite.
I
but-
I like sweet and salty, so
Oh,
for me it's okay. Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Okay, Peter, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you too.
Good luck for your future and for your trainings, because
Thank
right
you.
now you are in the ring. This is our first interview in the ring.
And it's you,
Fantastic.
Okay,
And
and
also,
see you next time in Italy.
Yes.
see you next time. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Peter.
Thank you too.
Have a nice day.
Thank you so much.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.